We are live here with Rothstein Beatz, super producer, super clubhouse host,
Hey, how you
second
doing?
label exec of Casino Gang Records. It's gonna be on and popping, y'all. It's gonna be fun. He's
Man,
gonna
I'm
get
so
it.
glad to be here. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for coming to the room.
Yeah,
It's a pleasure to be here.
for sure, for sure. Well, normal fashion is you don't need much introduction, sir. We're gonna hop straight into this interview. Okay?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Awesome. So what would you consider to be the top three highlights from your career to date?
Man, the top three highlights. I would definitely say my most current and dear to my heart was
Okay.
creating my record label, Casino Gang
Yes.
Records,
Yes.
which I established in April of 2020 during the pandemic. So that, during that time, it was kind of unknown how everything was going. So that was probably be the number one thing right now for my career.
Yeah.
The number two thing is actually being able to have a clubhouse room where I'll have a lot of my producing idols all in one room talking about music and beats, and I exchange phone numbers with some of the legends
Mm-hmm.
of the game. So that right there is something I'll never forget. And then my last thing is just being able to do what I do and produce for the artists that I have worked with. It's a
Yeah.
lot of artists that I work with. Whether they are independent or major, I still
Mhm.
appreciate everybody that I work with. So those would be my
Yeah.
top three things.
For sure. Beautiful, beautiful growth, beautiful areas of just doing the darn thing that you do. Hey there, for now. Thank you everyone who's joining us on the Black Motivation broadcast. Today you got Rothstein Beatz doing it up, doing it big all the time.
Hello.
So, hello. Let's jump to the next question. What were some of the challenges and surprises of being a music producer and working with artists?
I think one of the biggest surprises was a lot of artists want to sound like the most popping artists.
Oh
So
yeah.
then it's hard to really try to pull creativity out of them because they want a beat that sounds like this beat or the baby or little
Yeah.
baby. So you know what I mean? It's really, I think that's probably the hardest thing, is trying to steer a lot of these new artists away from what's popular and really try to create your own sound and develop your own sound and audience yourself. So
Yes.
I think that's probably one of the hardest challenges that I face today.
For sure, everyone's trying to come up and, being distinct, being different is so going to establish longevity, right?
Always, always. I mean, if you say Beyonce, you see her name automatically, you think of her uniqueness. You don't think of 10
Yeah.
different people. You think of one person.
Yeah.
And so that's how I try to tell artists, you should make sure you stand out amongst the crowd, because it's millions of artists, not thousands. It's millions of artists
Yeah.
nowadays.
These Spotify playlists going on. There's a million people you can listen to, right?
There
Be
you go.
different.
Yes, that's correct.
So you talked about connecting with different producers and different industry leaders on Clubhouse. What is the best piece of advice or some of the best advice you received regarding the music industry from one of your mentors?
Oh man, the one thing I always preach is it is the music business. They really need to call it the business of music. That's what they really, so it's always business first. Learn about the music business before you want to get in the studio. That's the easy part. The hard part is getting the education and learning how to
Yes.
fund your career and learning about contracts, learning about split sheets. This is a lot to this music business. So hop into it. The earlier you get to it, the more you learn, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And by the time you're ready, you'll have the education along with your skills.
Yes, education is so important and is not always within those four walls of college, right?
Hello.
Education, self-education. Hello. Google is your friend, baby. It's so is mentors and people, professionals in those spaces we need to get connected to and get to know.
Yeah, you
So,
got to get with the people who've done it before you, the
yes.
people who've been down that road, and the ones that want to reach back and help, the next and upcoming generation. So find somebody who's even in your area who's in the business, whether they don't have to be big, but if they have a little bit more experience than you, learn from them, build with them, and create a music community.
For sure. And you are doing a lot in the music community. So talk a little bit about that. with us, some of the organizations that you're a part of and that you work with artists. Talk a little bit about that with us.
Yeah, well, thanks for the Clubhouse. My
Yeah.
newest my newest relationship that I received is with a company called Songtown USA.
Yes.
Is actually ran by a 9-time #1 songwriter. His name is Marty Dobson, and I mean he's an amazing guy. I met him in my room. We just met. We talked offline, and he just really got to know me. Got to talk to him about what I had going on, and he thought I'd be a great addition to add to that. So I help mentor songwriters all across the U.S. and the world who needs a little help and guidance on how to make that song, or maybe they're stuck. So I'll be there to kind of give an extra helping hand from my experience from working with a lot of different people. So that's one thing that I do. Another thing that I'm also a part of, another company, which is Sound Royalty. And what they do is very cool, is actually help artists leverage their streams. So you need to make at least $5,000 or more off of your streams, $5,000 or more off your streams, to be able to leverage your streams to pretty much help finance your career. Because a lot of people just need some money for marketing, need some money for PR, and that would be able to help boost their career. So Sound Royalty, they take a look at what you've been doing, especially if you're like a mid-level artist, who may need a little bit of push. So just check us out. Just Google University. I tell everybody, go to Google University, check out Sound Royalty. And if and if that is something that you may, the qualifications you meet, just reach out to me, and I'll see what I can do for you.
For sure. We got Jarman Winters, another great guy, great supporter of Black Streets Media in the building. He said, "You are a great guy." Listen, your morning clubhouse room. Thank you so much for joining us. And so we talk a little bit about how you help out other artists, help out artists as a producer and as like a label exec. So what do you feel are some commonly held misconceptions about being a producer that you would like to dispel, just get out of there?
Oh man, one thing is beats are not free. I just want to let people know, as a producer, respect us for our craft, pay us on time, don't shorthand us. So that's one misconception is, I know it's a lot of great producers out there. I know the internet has a lot of people on YouTube doing beats, but if you want a unique experience, then you got to, of course, pay for unique experience and get with a producer that fits for you. So I know you can go on YouTube and get those beats, but if you want something that nobody else has, then connect with the producers and get a unique sound and create a hit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm sitting on some hits right now, so hit my line. Hello.
He's sitting on fire, y'all.
I'm sitting on some hits. Hello.
Hello. And so thank you everyone for joining us. If you got questions, drop them in the comments. The DMs, the comment section is open. We got Jackie Bush in the building. Hey, thank you, lady, for joining us. And so on to the next question. If you could go back in time, knowing what you know now, and speak to yourself at the beginning of your career, what would you say?
Man, I done had a long career so thus far, but I would go back and tell myself not to be so shy. Because a lot of producers are little, introverts. We like to stay in the studio, don't like to really talk to people. And I was one of those producers. I just like to stay in the lab, stay working, and stay creating. But it's this industry is about networking and relationships. So if you get out there, get your face known. I felt like if I did that a little bit earlier in my career, I think I probably had a little bit more steam, but everything is time and everything is, going to fall in place when it's your time to do it,
For sure. And Jackie says, "Where my money at, Rothstein?" She hit me up.
Shout out to Aunt Jackie, because without her, I wouldn't be able to, keep my room going. And I was really not even going to keep doing Clubhouse. But she inspired me. She said, "Rothstein, the people need you." And you know what I mean? And we just kept creating a space there. So shout out to you, Aunt Jackie. Love you. Hello.
Hello. For sure. Much love. And so we talked a little bit about how you help out artists, some misconceptions about producers. What do you see some rookie artists making? What are some mistakes that you see them making that you'd like to, eliminate from their repertoire when it comes to working with producers and managers? What advice would you give them?
Man, I can go on and on this topic, so don't let me go on and on because it's a lot of things that it's a common mistake that I see. I'm just going to name two things because
Okay.
I have a whole list, but I'm gonna name two things. One,
Yeah.
a lot of artists think they need a manager, like
Mm-hmm.
they think all I'm missing is a manager, and
Right.
and their phone is not ringing. They're not, their emails are not getting flooded.
Mm-hmm.
Their DMs is not jumping, and they think that they need a manager. No, you
Mm-hmm.
need to develop yourself.
Yes.
Learn the different parts of the business. So then, when you say, "Hey, I'm overwhelmed. My phone's ringing off the hood," it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be managers because managers going to be trying to figure out if you got a manager or not, or if
Yeah.
somebody talks about you. The manager will
Mm-hmm.
find you if you're
Yeah.
doing your thing, and you can have your friend help out as manager. You can have
Mm-hmm.
self manage yourself until you can actually, because you got to realize
Yeah.
this manager's going to be taking a piece of your income. So if you're not making income, then what did the manager have to
Offer you.
offer off of that? So that's one thing I'll say. And then the number two thing is putting their music out with no promotion.
Yeah.
Besides your friends and family and the people who follow you, which is probably, let's say, 1,000 people out of a million billion people in the
Mm-hmm.
world, those are going to be the biggest reach that you get. So
Yeah.
making sure that you have a plan behind your music releases, making sure that you have your music properly registered so you can
Mm.
get paid off your music, so you can
Yeah.
fund your career going forward. So
Mm-hmm.
those are the two things that I hear all the time is, "Hey man,
Yeah.
I need a manager," or, "Hey man, I got my song out on Spotify," but nobody knows you have a song out on Spotify right now. So get with a
Right.
marketing or PR person to help you with that.
For sure. And let's take a pause and talk a little bit about that, right? Because it's so key knowing about the ASCAP, the BMI, the ways that track the way you make money. There's a lot of technology out there now. So, what are some of your top 3 tips for artists
Yes,
in tracking their money?
tracking your money, definitely. So, like you said, get with a performing rights organization. We call them PRO, which is your ASCAP, BMI are your two most common.
Mm-hmm.
Get with them. Number one, now those are just two companies that you can use. There's CSAC, that's kind of more exclusive, but you can
Mm-hmm.
also go through Song Trust. There's
Mm-hmm.
Sound Exchange. There's TuneCore. So
Yep.
there's other companies that's getting into this game to help out with publishing, which is how
Mm-hmm.
you get paid from streaming. If you're getting YouTube views, if you're getting Facebook views, Instagram views, all those are ways to get paid. So
Yeah.
artists, don't miss out on getting paid. If you're getting your song spin on the radio, all those but you gotta have your stuff registered. You got to
Yeah.
have your ISRC code. So there's a lot to this, but that's why I go back to the business of music. So make sure you
Yeah.
know how to sign up. It's going to cost money to sign up for some of these things.
Mm-hmm.
So get your budget together. Hello.
Yes. Hello. You know, line up those coins if you want to be
That's
in
right.
the business of music,
That's right. It costs
the
money to be
music
in this
business.
game. That's right.
For sure. And so let's talk a little bit. You mentioned, that you started Casino Gang Records in April 2020 at the very start of the pandemic. So you've been, doing your thing and it has not been affecting you as much, but talk a little bit about it. How have you pushed through despite the pandemic popping off last year?
Man, the pandemic was, I know a lot of people can kind of agree with it's a gift and a curse. You know what I mean? It's kind of,
Mm.
it scared a lot of people. So it mentally took people to different places. So for me, I kind of used it as a training ground to work on my production, to
Yes.
go on YouTube University, Google
YouTube
University.
University?
I actually got some audio books. I mean, I feel like I grew 5 years in 6 months. Like I
Yes.
felt like I finally had time to sit down and chill, relax. The world wasn't moving so fast. I wasn't so
Right.
busy. I lost weight, you know what I mean? Like I was
Hey,
exercising, hello. So you know what I mean?
hello.
I got spiritually, because everybody was nervous. So whoever you believed in, you was really trying to connect and
Yeah.
make sure you was Gucci, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so I got more into that spiritually, mentally,
Mhm.
manifestation. So all that came about during this pandemic, and I don't know if I ever would have had the time to really do
Yeah.
that during that. And so with that, I decided to go step out on faith and create my label with something that was on my heart that I wanted to do. So I said, hey, this is the time to do it. I met some amazing artists that
Mhm.
I produced for, and they're like, hey, I want you to make my whole album. So it kind of just
Yes.
into that. So yeah, I just stayed working, like making 6 to 8 beats a day, and that's
Yay.
that's what I was getting into while we were sitting at home.
Awesome. And so tell us what's coming up next for you and for Casino Gang Records.
Man, I'm so excited. It's gonna be, man, we're really like about 60 days out. You're gonna see a rollout real soon. I have 3 artists on my roster right now. My first artist, who is actually my younger sister, her name is Naomi J. She's amazing vocalist, R&B singer. We actually are doing her photo shoot Saturday for her lead single. That's gonna be called Vibe, produced by me, of course.
Yes.
It's gonna be a big thing coming for this summer. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Coming to the fall. And then I have my other artist whose name is Megan B. She is also another dope artist. She actually just released the artwork for her single called Ride, which will be
Yeah.
coming out really soon. You'll be seeing us doing some promotion for that as well. And then my last artist, which is my main guy, Brand the Brain. He's an amazing male vocalist out of Virginia Beach. We got finally picked his lead single. So many good records. So we
Yeah.
finally picked, like we was arguing, like, nah, this is the one. He's like, nah, this is the one. So once we finally got the one, his single's gonna be dropping as well. So Casino
Nice.
Gang Records is gonna be all over
Yes.
the place. I actually met a young lady on Clubhouse who's I'm interested in signing as well. So yeah, so just be looking out for us. Remember those names. You'll be
Yes.
seeing me promoting them heavy. We're gonna be doing a Clubhouse party. We're gonna be doing a bunch of things. So stay
Nice.
tuned for Casino Gang. And also, I'm sorry, I got a beat tape as well. I'm gonna be dropping.
Okay.
Called 1979 El Dorado. So yeah, check me out.
Ooh. Hello. We got a lot of stuff popping off on Casino Gang Records. We're so excited that you stopped by for a brief moment, to share it with us. So tell us a little bit. You've talked about your work with artists. Tell us a little bit about your work with breast cancer awareness, which I know is very near and dear to your heart.
Yes, it's definitely near and dear to my heart. My mother passed away from breast cancer 15 years ago. So from there, I'm big on getting the cure. Actually, my cousin also at 22, she had got breast cancer twice and beat it. So it's near and dear to my heart. So it's something that we gotta fight. We gotta stop. You know what I mean? Too many great people have been lost to this as well. So I'll soon, not this October, probably the next October, I'll be doing something big for breast cancer awareness because I have engagement this October, but I'm planning for next October to have a big thing for breast cancer awareness. And yeah, man, it's all about finding a cure.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for supporting that. And so we're going to get into a super fun section of the Black Motivation broadcast. It's called the Rapid Fire Questions. We have 5 questions. You get 4 seconds to answer. Are you ready?
All right, let's go. Let's do it.
All right. Eve or Trina?
Eve.
Harry McMillan or Toni Morrison?
Ooh, man, a good one. Terry McMillan.
Old Bay or lemon pepper wings?
Lemon pepper my wings, huh?
Lemon pepper wings.
Yeah.
Teriyaki sauce or hot sauce?
Oh man, come on, hot sauce all day. Come on.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
Wow. Come on, man. That's like, man. All right. I gotta go Michael because
I would say 3, 2, 1. For sure. Let's get into these answers. We said Eve or Trina. You picked EVE. So tell us why.
Oh man, come on, man. The pit bull and the skirt. I mean, I mean, I'm a big fan of Rough Riders, Swiss
Yes.
Beats. He's one of my favorite producers. So I mean, she just had the bars. I mean, bars
Yeah.
had the look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had the natural look. You know what I mean? It
All
was
of that.
decent.
Yeah.
So yeah. I Eve, but I love Trina. Hello.
EVE. Hello. We do have love for Trina too, for sure.
Definitely got love for the baddest. Hello.
Yes. And then he said Terry McMillan or Toni Morrison. You chose Terry.
I mean, Terry because of the movie, man. The movie, it just puts it
By
over
the
for
way,
me. Yeah, man. I mean that's why I had to pick that. But Beloved is a great, book
yeah,
as well. So, but
for
nah, but
sure. Hello. We're going to go with Terry. And then you from the DMV and did not pick Old Bay. You picked lemon pepper wings. Why did you pick lemon pepper wings over Old
I
Bay?
know, man, because I like Obey, but I like it with my crabs, not my. I just like it on my crabs. Lemon
There
pepper, I
you
can
go.
pepper my wings with some hot sauce. Hello.
Hello. For sure. And then teriyaki sauce and hot sauce, there was no contest.
Come
That's a
on, man.
real quick
Yeah,
answer.
come on, dude. Come on. You know you was wrong for that question. You know that.
We went with hot sauce, no contest. And
Right.
then Prince or Michael Jackson. You went with Michael.
The reason Prince loses some points because when I was younger, I seen that cover, so that messed me up. So, but don't get me wrong, Prince is amazing. Purple Rain is
Yes.
one of my favorites. But Michael had the dance moves. He had the vocal ability. He was just the coolest guy. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, we lost him. But same with Prince. They was just amazing artists. And I actually seen Prince in real life. He had a show in Vegas at the Rio.
Okay.
And he is short as ever though. Like I think, but he's amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah,
though.
for sure. But that's a rapid fire section question. Thank you for getting in those questions under 4 seconds for the most part. I mean, we're not gonna talk about Prince and
You
Michael.
got me on that last one.
For sure. But unfortunately, though, we have reached the end of this week's episode. We just got 2 more questions. So, what words of motivation would you like to leave our audience with on your special episode?
Man, first and foremost, I want to thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, a blast. But what I would just got to say, man, again, I just have to stress for the music artists out there, the up and coming producers, learn your craft, study your craft. Go back to the people of the past, see why they were successful, see why their songs were popular. Not saying you got to copy them, but there's a formula, there's a secret to the sauce, you know what I mean, as they say, on why these songs were amazing. And just learn your business. Make sure you have your business first, because the quickest way to get taken care of, if you taken advantage of, if you don't know what you're talking about or know what you're signing. So you know what I mean. Just make sure you educate yourself and stay believing in yourself, because your friends and family may not believe in you, may not support you, but it's gonna be strangers that really do it for you. So I read that post earlier. It said, don't look to your family and friends. It's gonna be strangers that make you famous. So just focus on the people that support you and gonna love you.
For sure. Well, thank you so much, Rothstein, for joining me, for having this fun, amazing conversation. But before we let you go, how can we find, support, and follow you on social media and the web?
Man, listen, you see the name Rothstein Beatz, make sure you can just Google it. You can search it on all platforms. That's another important thing. Make sure all your names the same on your platform. Make sure you represent yourself in some form or fashion with the same name on these platforms. So Rothstein Beatz all over it. Definitely Instagram is where I'm most active. And make sure you come to my room on Clubhouse. It's called Music Networking, No Egos, because there's no egos while we in there. I host a room Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Just search Music Networking in the search bar on Clubhouse, and we gonna pop up. Hello.
Well, y'all see down the bottom, it's been scrolling the whole episode. You can find Black Truth Media in the same form and fashion everywhere, on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, even. We're everywhere you want to be. So next time, tune in. You have a very special episode, a pop-up episode tomorrow. Hasn't even been announced yet. So stay tuned. for that episode. Pop-ups tomorrow. But thank you again, Rothstein, so much for joining us.
Thank you. You have a great day. And thank you for everybody tuning in, man. Y'all be blessed.
Yes. Follow us and stay tuned for the next episode. This is the Black Motivation Broadcast. We are out. Thank you, guys.